Hello, my Capricorns. Welcome to your Unity reading. And in this reading, we're going to be just asking the Creator what they would like you to know about unity and union. Over these last couple of years, of course, we've been really having an amplification of division, in our planet. And it's happening all over the place for multiple different reasons, but there's a lot of clashing and a lot of that, us versus them going on. And so when I asked the Creator, in addition to the monthly, reading that I do by zodiac sign, I go, what else? What other reading would you like me to give to everyone? And immediately came the unity and union. And then after that, I was nudged, go check out the new moon and the full moon in August. See what you get from that. And I was like, cool. So I went and looked, and the new moon on August 8th is going to be in Leo. And what was interesting is what popped up in there was the energies around that new moon, for Leo specifically, is about uniting the needs of individuals with the need of the whole. So it's all about moving from being divided into a united, united needs. So the new moon is all going to be about setting new intentions around wholeness and unity, and putting action behind those. So it's like, wow. And if that wasn't cool enough, then I went to look at the full moon. The full moon's on August 22nd, and that's going to be in Aquarius. And the kind of the characteristics of Aquarius, one big thing is they have a strong concern for community or for humanity. And with that, they have this ability to come up with new ways of dealing with things and of living, which requires this objective view of others' views, of others' beliefs, of others' actions. And so it requires that, not judging those, but, looking at them, understanding what they're believing and why they're doing things and all that, and being objective about it instead of taking it personally. And, it doesn't mean we take on what others' beliefs are, but we don't try to push ours on theirs. And that's where that harmony and that, wholeness comes from. Another cool thing about the Aquarians is they're known as the water bearers. And so a gift that the Aquarians bring to the world is they help identify what we're truly thirsty for. We think these other things on the outside quench our thirst, but they don't. It's like Chinese food, like American Chinese food anyway, full of MSG that doesn't make us fill us up for long, and it makes us thirstier, But what the Aquarians bring in their water vessels are the living waters. And those for me mean like the unconditional love of the Creator. That's the water that truly fills us up and quenches our thirst. So I loved all those messages, and I'm excited about these readings that we're doing for this month. And so before we jump in to your reading for today, Capricorns, I just want to thank the Creator for being here with us. We're so grateful for your presence, and that you do want to be with us every second of every day, experiencing our lives with us. And that in those seconds, you're not taking notes about what we should have done better or judge us later or blah, blah, blah. But you're bringing in your unconditional love for us. No judgments, just loving every second, being with us and experiencing our lives. So we're so grateful, and we thank you for being here. All right, so I have tons of cards, and whenever I'm kind of urged to pull different decks for different types of readings, after I start the reading, I really understand why that specific deck was chosen. And in this case, these are the Blue Messiah reading cards. And it totally made sense because I was like, oh yeah, the Messiah is part of the Trinity, three beings in one. It's kind of that, the meaning of the Trinity, right? It has the Divine Father, the Divine Mother or Holy Spirit if you're in the Christian faith, and then the child, which is the Christ. And beautiful message that the Creator wanted me to share is something that I've been developing over this last year, which is we each are members of our own Trinity. You know, we have the Mother and Father of all things, and then each of us as an only child to that Creator. Creator has the ability to be everywhere all at once and be 100% present. So it doesn't have to share, you know, their time and their energy and their love between us and a trillion other brothers and sisters, trillions and trillions and trillions of other souls. The Creator has the ability to be with us as if we alone are their only child. And so, you know, sit with that and just really feel that I am the only child of the Creator of all things in my relationship with them, right? And they want to spoil us like an only child. And as I've been saying, I'm totally on board with that. Spoil me, Creator. Spoil me, Mother and Father of all things. I'm ready to be spoiled like your only child. All right. So, Capricorns, Creator, what would you like our Cappies to know about union and unity? Their union and unity, please. That is the one right there. You got Golden Treasures. Shazam! Beautiful card there, and that's card number 12. If that's significant for you there. But I love that. Yeah, definitely. Golden treasures. You know, like I said, spoil me. I'll take some golden treasures. So it starts off with a quote from Joseph Campbell. It says, "The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek." You can embrace many lessons during the course of your life in order to overcome cyclic patterns of suffering and find peace, contentment, and happiness. These lessons are the golden treasures of your soul. Although challenging, they enrich your spirit with greater perspective, awareness, wisdom, and expanded consciousness. These are the treasures that you carry through to the next stage of your conscious evolution. Stay conscious, dear one, as your spiritual lessons continue to unfold before you. By being conscious of the patterns in your life and viewing the experience from a higher perspective, you're better to understand what in you is attracting that cyclic experience. With every challenge, it's important to find the hidden treasure and reflect on how you can grow from that experience. The answer that is revealed to you is the treasure you collect for your soul's next incarnation. Remember, you can choose to hold treasures such as strength, compassion, and gratitude, or hold on to emotions that decelerate your soul's growth. Stay conscious, dear one, of the treasures you carry for your journey home. And the chakra that this card deals with is the heart chakra, which makes sense. You know, the golden treasure exists within your heart because really the golden treasure is the unconditional love of our Creator, and that's where it lives, is right within us. There's an exercise that comes with these cards, which you can or cannot do, which if it resonates with you or not. It says, pick up a rock or a stone the size of your hand for every experience in your life that weighs you down. This could be unresolved feelings towards others, perhaps someone from your past you haven't forgiven or feel resentment towards, etc. Now carry these rocks with you throughout your day. How do they make you feel? That's a great exercise. So the affirmation for this card is, I embrace the experiences in my life that allow me to grow and expand. And I love it. So this message around your unity and union has to do with that. We come here, and this is a perfect example of this too, is we come here to experience the contrast between who we are and who we're not. So we experience as this dark shadow, this being down here that is fight or flight, ego, is full of all these uncomfortable emotions, which is so not us. We're this bright expanse of light, supernatural, powerful, eternal beings, made of unconditional love. We're spirit beings, right? Having these earthly experiences. And so when we experience all this stuff that seems to be, dark to us, we kind of feel like it happens to us, right? We're like, why is this happening to me in my life? But when we realize and connect and realize, that we are part of this collective of amazing beings on the other side, and we come here to experience what it might feel like to be small, and to feel sad, and to feel hate and anger, and mistrust and betrayal, and embarrassment, and all those other emotions that are rooted in fear. We came here to experience that so we can more fully understand who we really are. And so in order to do that, and I love this, 12, 1 needed to become 2. We needed to be able to have separateness, to feel alone. When we're one big happy family, we don't feel alone. But when we feel like the black sheep of the family, the black sheep of the eternal family, then we can feel all those fear emotions and feel alone and feel all that. So just knowing that life is happening for us, not to us, is an amazing, just an amazing, awareness around that. And I don't know if I think I already read this, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Woo! Tell you, sometimes when you get older, things just start zipping around. Next, we're going to pull a card here from the Oracle of the Unicorns. And obviously, it makes total sense. Unicorns is uni, meaning one. So unity and union. So we'll see what else the creator would like you to know. Creator for Cappies, what else would you like them to know about unity and union, please? Okay, I really feel like that one wants to speak. You got healer. You have powerful healing gifts. Have faith in your abilities. Stay true to your path as a healer. And I love that unicorn there, the magic in unity. And so I really feel, again, the ability to heal is like the ability to transform too. And so, when we look at the experiences in our heart, in our past, that's what we come here to experience. And it was on purpose. And so to heal doesn't necessarily mean to destroy and to, remove from our life and our memory, not to go in and dissect that memory and pull it out and we don't remember it anymore. It's like, no, we came here to experience it, so we're not going to get rid of it. But what we can do is, if it's a block for us in our life, it's sitting here in the middle, like we'll say like this is in the middle, and it's blocking our flow of love energy, we can move it out of the flow. It's still with us, and we still carry it with us, but it doesn't make an impact on our lives. And we still have the memories, we still have the wisdom from it, and we come here to experience all those opposites, like I said, and so we take those back with us, like home movies, like vacation photos, and go, oh my God, like when this happened, and because I experienced betrayal, I understand what trust really means on this side, so it's a wonderful, wonderful, piece for us. And then the book says, again, you are a gifted healer with powerful psychic or intuitive abilities. This card has come into your reading to encourage you to deepen your self-healing journey or to develop your gifts and take them to an even higher level. It hasn't always felt safe to be magical and powerful. Your physical body and aspects of your soul may hold memories of being persecuted in past lives or abusing your powers in Atlantis. These are examples of how influences from previous incarnations may cause you to doubt your gifts or shrink from your abilities. You may find it hard to talk about what you do or to own your brilliance. Your brilliance. Yay! You may struggle to put value on your service or charge for your gifts. This magical unicorn encourages you to trust yourself and stay true to your beliefs and to your divine purpose. The magic you hold can make a great difference in the world when you trust yourself to use it for the greater good. Believe in yourself and your healing abilities. Go out, shine your light, and let your heart guide you to become the magnificent healer you came here to be. And that's a great kind of dual message for you too, because when you get consumed with your shadow, you really can't heal a whole lot, because when you have a belief of yourself of being so small and you don't have a whole lot of self-love for yourself, that's the extent that you can share you those healing energies of unconditional love. That's where it comes from. It comes through that funnel, like I said. So if this is what is blocking that and making it smaller, then when you focus in on your own expansion of your own awareness of your own unconditional love for yourself and the unconditional love that the creator of all things, the mother and father of all things has for you, the more that expands, the more healing energy comes out to you, because what we all want is to be loved. And you can't save the world, you can only love the world. And that's where healing happens. That's where miracles happen, is in the presence of unconditional love. So there you have it. We're also going to pull some cards here from the Light Seers Tarot. And we will see what additional messages the Creator has. Validation, confirmation, additional information for our Capricorns in regards to unity and union. What else would you like them to know, please? And anything else? All right, last pass through, please. Okay. At the Seven of Pentacles, and this is a wonderful. I actually even thought of that, the Tree of Life, when I saw this, because the looks like branches for hair, and what this represents is that it's important to experience this underground. This is like our higher selves, and this is our physical selves, our physical experience, and we have all this growth that happens underground. The roots of the Tree of Life are like our experiences here on the earthly plane as human beings, the shadow experiences. But above the ground is the tree of the branches that reach toward the heavens, and that's our spiritual connection, our spiritual journey here on the earth. And the importance of roots is, if there's hardly any roots, and it's all about the big tree and the branches, when a storm comes, the tree goes and falls over because there's no roots in there. The same thing as if it was only roots and nothing else, you wouldn't get any fruits above the ground. You wouldn't get any of the spiritual fruits, because there's no growth and nothing there. So it's a wonderful reminder about balance, and that yes, it's important to experience this, and we come here to experience this. That's really a big piece of our golden treasure. What we take back is our experiences that we have while we're here, and they're not just the bubbly, wonderful, experiences. It's every experience, every moment. It's never wasted, because we come here to experience, and by golly, we experience every second. So just know that. Yep. And then I love this with that healing too, is, the swords are our mental state, our mental beliefs, our thoughts, and mental attitudes. And you can kind of see the Four of Swords has all these are the swords that are poking out, and they're, prickly, and they will cause injury, which is, like I said, the experiences we go through with the shadow. The healing comes in when we encircle those. Each one of those has this love that is intertwined and wrapped around them. So when we encompass our past experiences with unconditional love, that's what moves it from being something that is sucking life out of us to something that, when we surround it in love, that forgiving feeling, that feeling of understanding, that feeling of compassion, understanding that each of those individuals or situations, whatever, that made us, triggered those pains inside of us, that they were not intentional. Whenever anything that happens is either neutral coming toward us, or it's in reaction to someone being in fear. So when someone's in fight or flight, and we happen to be in the area around them and we get impacted by it, it's not personal. They're out of their mind, literally. I always talk about, fight or flight mode. Blood rushes out of our brain to our muscles and to everything else in our body to make us be able to run as fast as we can or fight as fierce as we can. But it doesn't want us to think. It wants us to react. And so we're not thinking clearly. So when people act out, it's because they're not, in a place of love, feeling love. They're in a place of fear of losing love. So that's what I love about, when we go back and look at situations, these prickly things that poked us, we're able to wrap those in unconditional love, and it transforms those experiences. Yep. And here's the Chariot, which is about you having the control and the choice on where you go with what's happening in life. You get to either choose unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love, the bright experience or the shadow experience. And there's nothing wrong. We have both horses connected to our chariot, to our carriage. We're not, they weren't forced on us. We chose, I want that shadow horse and I want my white horse. And we're going to use both of those. And that's the experiences that we have. And again, this message of life happens for us, not to us. We made the choice, and it was for our ego experience on here that we have that power of choice. We have our free will to experience those things. And it's not a bad horse. It's a horse that takes us in a direction, in a different adventure. And that's why we chose it. And then you have the Page of Wands. And this is such a perfect card for this too, because you can kind of see this brilliant light in here. And as we, like I was saying, as we move that block out of our flow, that flow just goes, we just feel that more energy. All those things we use to maintain our pain, when we instead cover them in unconditional love and revisit those with unconditional love and compassion, and we get that higher understanding that comes with it of why things happened, and again, life happening for me, not to me. It heals that, and that energy that just flows in when we take it away from maintaining all that energy. It's not wasted energy, it's an experience. But when we take back that energy, we have so much more inside us, and we can gear that towards, the brighter things we want in our life, or we can go visit the shadow things again and have shadow things come into our life. But we have that power to have that energy. And the page is like a child too. So you get this childlike excitement for life, that I'm going to be able to do anything I want to do. I can achieve anything. I can go anywhere. I can do whatever I want. Because when you don't fear life's happening to you, and you know that whatever the future holds, I get to decide what it means. That's another message of the Chariot is no matter what comes, I get to decide if it's for me or against me, and if I always choose that it's happening for me, then what are you afraid of to do? If you're like, whatever happens, whether in the world's eye I failed or was successful, it doesn't matter. I get to decide it. So woohoo, it just frees you up to be able to experience life in just a whole new way. Yeah. King of Pentacles. So Pentacles is all about finances, the outside world. The King of Pentacles basically represents someone who understands that, these 4 points of the pentacle, the lower ones are all the earthly stuff, earth, air, wind, and fire. And the top point is spirit. And knowing that spirit ultimately is what is truth, but also is what controls the entire world. You come to this place of peace and success, and you just feel contentment. You just feel rich in so many ways, and you just feel abundance because, again, when you're an only child of the Creator of all things, and your life is unfolding for you, it's like you won the lotto, you won Powerball inside, and you're like, you know what? Yeah, I don't have to look at all these things of happening to me anymore. Get to enjoy the moments instead of fearing the future moments, right? And then lastly, we're going to pull a card here from the Journey of Love, because the energy of August, of the union and unity, is all about those living waters of unconditional love that are being delivered by the Aquarian energy for everyone, whether you're an Aquarian or not. That Aquarian energy allows you to be a bringer, a water bearer of this beautiful, loving energy. Right, Capricorns. Creator, what would you like, lastly, for this reading, for Cappies to know about union and unity? Their union and unity. Yep, you got Heartfire number 1, unity, Heartfire. No way. What a surprise. So I love this. So passion is igniting within you. It's not a time when things will remain still, even if the change is only sensed as a subtle stirring underneath the surface of things. Even if slow at first, passion will unfold from within your heart, soon to be burning bright like a sun unrestrained, right? You're learning how to ride waves of passion through eruptions of heat and descent into coolness. Heat and coolness, right? Lost my place, sorry. So through eruptions of heat and descent into coolness, bearing the absence of fire, only to realize it returning to you again. Ride its waves, knowing that passionate bliss will always return to a heart that is on fire with love for life. The coolness allows us to experience the heat, right? The opposites. Once you realize that the fire emerging from within you will ebb and flow, you will trust in its presence. You will realize that whether your passionate fire is obvious, drawing you into life, or dwelling quietly within, gaining power from the deepest sources of your being, soon to rise once more, it is a constant in your heart. Accept the fire of your heart and know that this is how you are meant to be, on fire for love for all that is. This oracle brings a message for you. Trust the passion and the fire of your heart to guide your decisions now. What would make you feel most alive? Choose that. If you are feeling a lack of genuine passion in your life, take comfort that it's awakening in your own heart now, bringing something that has been long in rest back to life. Beautiful. I love that. So fitting in here. Just really so much understanding that your life is happening for you. You get to choose what anything means about your life. Ignites this new, renewed passion within you, knowing that, each of these little prickly things You can wrap in unconditional love. That's, again, choices. And that everything's happening. This life, these roots, this experience that you're happening, even though they feel dark, and in the dark, being under the ground, that they are for a purpose and on purpose, and you chose it, and you chose to be here. And, just know that as you go through all this in August and through this journey of unity and union, that every second you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things as an only child. And really try to sit with that and just, I am the only child of the Creator of all things in our relationship. And by golly, I'm going to let the Creator spoil me. Spoil me rotten. All right. Well, you enjoy your journey. Know I love you too. And we'll talk to you soon. You take care.